Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cars Out, and welcome back to Jabal Jais. In my opinion, the ideal location to film my 991.2 GT3 RS's first drive. Wow. So what's this thing like to drive, and why did I end up choosing this car over the other cars that I was in fact considering, like the AMG GTR or the manual 911 GT3? Well, if what I have been doing isn't testament enough, then let me explain to you why the GT3 RS might just be the best car I have ever driven in my life. So let's slow it down while we do talk. In fact, let's pop it into automatic so that I can focus on what it is I am actually saying rather than driving this magnificent road in this brilliant car. So, the 991.2 GT3 RS. Well, as you guys know, whoever's been following my channel, you'll know that when looking for my next supercar, I was considering the AMG GTR, the manual 911 GT3, and the Ferrari 458 Spider. The Ferrari for reasons completely unrelated to performance. I wanted one because ever since that car came out, it did something to me. It really did appeal to me. But after driving the 991.2 GT3 RS, I feel like every other car sort of faded away, and this became clear as the only option. The AMG GTR was fun. It was great. It sounded really cool. The 4-liter V8 was quite vivacious, quite a bright engine, especially on overrun, the way it crackled, the way it popped. You know, that's something you don't get out of this car. But first of all, I didn't really like the seats on the AMG GTR too much. I thought they were a bit uncomfortable. And secondly, the GTR just wasn't as great to drive. The handling wasn't there. It was more AMG than it was RS. You know, and although I love AMGs, I think the RS is just so much better. So why didn't then I end up buying the manual 911 GT3 instead? Well, again, the second I got into the RS and started driving it, everything else faded away. Nothing else seemed to matter anymore. All I wanted to do was take every corner as fast as possible, as hard as possible. And I feel like the GT3 RS is so much better than the manual 911 GT3 at doing that. Yeah, fine, I will admit, the manual would have been, wow, I'm going down so fast, my ears are popping. The manual 911 GT3 would have definitely been a great car to own. But the RS is, again, dynamically so much more capable than a GT3 that I felt almost as though I would be settling or selling myself short, because I do want to end up tracking this car for sure, 100%. And on the track, there is no comparison. The RS is just so much faster, so much more capable. And yeah, do I miss growing through my own gears? Definitely. But the noises that this PDK makes, just listen to this. It shifts so quickly, it almost sounds like a sequential gearbox. Like there's some artificial fuel cut going on where it's so quick, it pops. Like, I can't explain it. I don't know what this phenomenon is. I don't know how Porsche engineered it to shift as freaking quickly as it does, but my goodness. So that's why I didn't end up going for the other cars. I mean, as great as they were in their own right, the AMG was a bit more dramatic maybe than this for daily driving. The 911 GT3 would have been more involving, but the RS is just, like, I'm going pretty quickly down this road right now and I'm comfortable. It's just the things the GT3 RS feels like it can do, I don't think anything else can do. Now, talking about how it actually feels to drive, well, first of all, the brakes. I mean, like, I've never felt a stopping force like that. I've been in an accident before, and I don't think I stopped that quickly. Like, it's just, it hurts, man. It hurts stopping in this car. And then there's the engine. Can you just, like, just listen? I don't even want to say anything, man. Just, it makes 520 horsepower, but that figure almost seems irrelevant, because not once while driving this car do you look at the speedometer. You're always looking at the road ahead, because the next corner comes up so quickly, you don't have time to look at how fast you're going. It's just, trust me when I tell you guys that this thing it's special, man. Like, the G-forces it's generating, I feel like my insides have been moved around. And the standout feature of this engine, the standout feature is that 9,000 RPM red line. That was 8K. But just wait till you hear what happens between 8,000 and 9,000 RPM. It's like the car changes character entirely. Like, I hope I come to a straight soon so I can display this to you guys, but it is straight enough. On the shifts there, but I really wanted you guys to also experience what 9,000 RPM is like. And for this video, I don't want to focus on what it's like to daily drive a GT3 RS or what the interior is like or anything like that. I just want to drive, man, because after all, this is my first proper drive in the RS, and guys, trust me when I tell you. I mean, some of you thought I wasn't excited when I unveiled this car, or I felt like maybe I had bought the wrong car, but trust me, that is not the case, because this right here very well might just be, like I said earlier on in the video, the best car I have ever driven. You know, I thought I'd miss the manual gearbox. I mean, this was a huge battle going on in my head. The manual 911 GT3 or the PDK RS, of course. And I kept coming back to, in fact, I made a couple offers on a couple other cars, both RSs and manuals. But I feel as though, and honestly, I do believe this, if I had bought a manual a manual GT3, I may have regretted it. Because as great as the GT3 is on its own, it's a brilliant platform. I mean, it's basically an RS, just not as aggressive. It's that added 10 or 15% with the RS that makes all the difference. All the difference. You know, I have always been a Ferrari fanboy my entire life. I've never believed in Porsches. I never understood what they meant, what they stood for. I never understood why they had such a large cult following. And let's turn everything off for a second just so I can talk to you guys. But the RS has very quickly made me realize that there is some substance behind this cult following. Because this 911 GT3 RS is unlike anything else I have ever driven. The turn-in, if there was a word more intense than immediate, I wouldn't be using that right now. I'm sure there is. I just don't have enough knowledge of the English language to be able to truly convey how quick this thing is. It's telepathic in its abilities. Every single thing, braking, accelerating, stopping, turn-in, every single thing about this car is just phenomenal. The seating position is brilliant. I'm sitting exactly where I need to sit to have perfect reach of the steering wheel, of the pedals. The steering wheel itself is awesome as well. It's so small and it just works. Everything about this car works hand in hand with everything else. And guys, trust me when I tell you, I mean, I'm not just saying this because I am now the proud owner of a GT3 RS. I'm not just saying this because I want to. I'm saying this because I truly believe that this car is totally different to anything else I have ever experienced. And honestly, the only way forward from here would be to either get a car that costs 4 or 5 times as much, a Ferrari 488 Pista, maybe an Aventador SVJ, depending on how great it is to drive, the Huracan Evo Performante whenever that comes out. But if you're looking for something in this price range as a driver's car, look no further. No further. There's no point. You're going to be wasting your time. But yeah, this is the first drive of my new 991.2 GT3 RS, and I'm gonna say goodbye now because I have to enjoy this road a little bit to myself too. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the specification of this car down below. Let me know what you guys think about my purchase. Did I make the right choice going for a GT3 RS? Should I have gone GTR? Should I have gone GT3? I don't know, but all I know is right now in this moment, I might just be the happiest person on earth. So again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Cars are out.